Welcome, and thank you for tuning into the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. I'm your host, Ralph Owens, along with Terry Baylor. In today's episode, we'll answer questions such as why your routine is crucial to your success and longevity. How do you get more performance out of yourself? How to prevent your conscious mind from interfering with your subconscious mind? And what is the point of diminishing returns? Enjoy the show.
So one other thing, Ralph, I wanted to hit on, right, for that new manager, because man, when you get in that role, you're going to feel like you are running a marathon at 100 miles an hour. And so, Ralph, you hit on something a few episodes back, and I think it's very important that we kind of circle back around to it. And I'm going to add a couple other things to it. You were telling a story about an individual who was having a challenge, and you were relating that you don't see how, if someone doesn't have a connection or spiritual type influence in their life, how do they make it? So, and this is going to be pretty broad. We're not going to prescribe for you what that is, but so there's a book that I've been reading, Ralph, and we've talked about it. It's called The Next Level. Now, this is for executive leadership, but again, these principles apply at every level of leadership, because again, there's levels to this leadership. Hence this book called The Next Level. So I just want to read this. It says that, let's see here. So the topic is routines of renewal. Routines of renewal. And I'm just going to read this. It says, life, I'm going to exchange out executive for just leader. Life as a leader is demanding, and it requires your best. To succeed over a long run as a leader, you will need to pick up routines of renewal in the physical, mental, relational, and spiritual domains of your life.
That's good.
Again, let me say that again. Physical, mental, relational, and spiritual domains of your life.
It's good. It's rich. Yeah.
And so basically, man, what it's talking about, hey, we got to take care of ourselves. Right?
So true.
There's an element of, hey, I need to have the right diet. Right?
Yeah.
There's an element of, I need to get the right amount of rest. Right? Because all those things go into your mental health and your mental capacity. Right? How do you get up? Are you refreshed each morning or not? Right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think the physical one is pretty straightforward, right? A walk, gym time. Granted, I'm kind of just hitting on these, and because Ralph, I definitely want to hear from you. And then on the spiritual aspect, right? Here's the deal, man. At the end of the day, look, you are a body, right? That has a soul, which is driven by your spirit. That's the life within you, right? So, I don't want to prescribe what that looks like. I've heard people say, get 10 minutes of meditation time in, have some, I've had different leaders. Some people do yoga, right? But you have to do something that kind of rejuvenates your inner core of who you are.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Your routine is the key to your success. It really is. Yeah. I mean, like Terry got the willpower of Iron Man. Terry be swimming at 5:30 in the morning, right? I be trying.
Man, I got to do it, Doc. I'm telling you, hey, I get up in the mornings. I be like, if I don't do this, it's become that core man, I can tell a difference when I don't. That's what I'm telling you. I
Yeah.
am not. I don't produce the same way when
Mm.
I don't have my quiet times. When I don't get that gym time, it's to the point where I tell my wife, I said, "Babe, look, if it's something serious you want to talk about, can it wait till after I get my to get my time?" Because because the ability to handle the days, you know, um, the day's demands require feeding. I had to learn that. I had to learn. I
Abs-
had to feed myself. I had to learn that.
Absolutely. I mean, you can take that to the Bible. The Bible say the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to he that endureth to the end. You
Yes.
have to have routines in your life. Me, myself personally, I'm up at 5 in the shower. By 6 o'clock, I'm at the table before God, right? I got to seek before the day. I got my devotion. I go through a period of just giving Thanksgiving, just recognizing all those things that I'm grateful for in my life. I get some spiritual nourishment. I journal every day. These are the things that it's going to take for me to be successful today, right? These are my focuses, for the day. You remember this, the creator, coach, and the challenger. You remember that? That's from the dreaded drama triangle. Remember
Oh,
that?
I do
Yeah,
remember
it was.
that. Yeah.
I still write that in my journal every morning. I am meant to be a coach, a challenger, and a creator. I'm going to create my situations. I'm going to challenge people to do what's right, and I'm going to coach people to become better. Right? I remind myself of that every day. Right?
That's good.
And then I have daily declarations that I say. Just like you do, right? We're going to
Yep.
declare what the day is going to be. But you
Yep.
have to, I remember reading a book called Millionaire Mornings. So some people decided to talk to all these different millionaires and talk about what routines they actually do in the mornings. And that I kind of derived a lot of my stuff from there. Like with them, obviously they have the time, right? But they go through a series of thankfulness, right? They do some meditation. They do, this is another one that I don't get a chance to do as much as I would like to. Visualization. I'm a huge believer in that.
Yes.
Right. You got
Yes.
to take some time to sit still and you got to
Yes.
think about where you want to see yourself. Because your
Yes.
mind's eye will follow where you're thinking.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You do your confessions, you do your daily journaling, right? These kind of things. These are the things I kind of call them like little life hacks that you do
Yes.
against yourself to
Yes.
drive, more productivity out of you. Kind of like
Yes.
an engine on a car. You put those turbo boosters on them and all that kind of stuff to drive more productivity and more performance out of them. You got to have routines to help you do that for yourself, right?
Oh man, that is good. I tend to like to do my visualization before I go to sleep because I'm like subconscious. Go to work.
Oh, that's good.
Go to work, subconscious. Because here's the deal, right? Now I'm giving y'all now this is levels to it now. Because I don't want my conscious mind to get in the way. I want
Woo!
the subconscious working,
Oh, that's
right?
good.
I
That's
don't,
good. That's good. That is good.
you know what I'm saying, man? Because I know me, right? And Ralph, you've worked with me long enough, right? The way I work is I am like, to the nth degree on what's the plan?
Yep.
How do we mitigate this risk?
Mm.
What's coming next? Well, sometimes that level of planning can can it can get in the way because you
Mhm.
want to
Mhm.
be too exact, right? And
Mhm. Mhm.
I think you're
Mhm.
gonna love this, right? And this guy helped me. He said, "Don't let perfect be the enemy of good."
I
You
know that's
remember
right.
that?
Yeah, I do.
I love that guy, man, because by
Yeah,
the end of it, we had all come around. We was on the
that's
same
right.
team.
That's right. That's right.
But I take that, right? And that's one of the things I have to tell myself to help me because again, right, as an athlete, 5'7", 115 pounds, I couldn't rely solely on my talent. I
Mm.
had to rely on my skill. So the skill was about preparation, hours and hours of work,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I
Mm-hmm.
could compete with the 6'2" guy,
Got it.
right?
Yeah, that's
So
good.
so even with how I work today is I want my skill level to be so high, but with that, it takes hours of time to get that skill level up because you got to practice it and practice it and practice it. So in that kind of execution, you can kind of wear yourself out a little bit.
Yeah, that's good, man. That is that is so good, man. That's rich. Yeah, that's wisdom. That is wisdom from years of experience and seeing those guys who didn't make it this far, right?
Hey, I remember, right? We had one of them upgrades back at I was called to come back at WashU.
Oh yeah.
And you told me, and man, it took me probably another 5 years to get it. But you said, Terry, you can't continue. You was like, man, I'm going to sleep. You can't continue to work like this. It's gonna be there when we get up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And you said, T, if you keep working like this, man, you're not gonna last.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you get to a point to where. So remember when we first learned this term, a point of diminishing return.
Yes.
Right. So,
yes.
So me and Terry, we work together, and we'd be working on this problem, and we got an outage or an upgrade or whatever, and we would get stuck, and we couldn't figure things out. Right. And we learned this term, the point of diminishing return, which basically talks about there will come a time, especially for our technical people out there, there'll become a time where you'll go so far that every action that you do after that is really not going to pay you anything back. Yeah. Like you've gotten to a point to where you're so mentally tired that you can't focus anymore. So every action that you do after that, really you're putting yourself at risk. So we had to learn that, right? We had to learn what that point of diminishing return was to be able to say, you know what, that's it. We kind of hit the line. Right, we're gonna let it go for right now. And then the other term we used to always say this: there is an answer.
There is an answer.
There is an answer to this problem. Yes. We don't know what it is, right? But we acknowledge the fact that there is an answer. So we're gonna walk away and let your subconscious work on it.
Yes.
And then every time
we get up the next month, we be like, we got it.
There it is.
But I'm telling you, Ralph, I don't think we were really understanding the power of what was happening in that moment, right? That was a type of visualizing the outcome. We didn't know what it was, but we were telling ourselves it's there.
Yes.
Right? And two, as we get into this, right, maybe next episode we can dig into a little more, but it talks about in these routines, when you do step away from it, you allow your subconscious to actually go to work for you.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Because you're giving your consciousness a break, but your subconscious is still working on it.
Still working on it. We had a friend, his name is James. He used to tell me all the time, because at one point I was working really close with him. He would say, yeah, I'm focusing on this right now, but my subconscious is working on that. I'm like, what?
James is brilliant too. He was brilliant, light years away, man. I'd love to have a conversation with him now just to see what he's talking about.
Thank you for listening to the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. We hope that you not only enjoyed the content, but gained something to help you on your personal leadership journey. Feel free to reach out to us on X and Instagram under the handles Leadership Sovereignty. Until next time, stay safe, peace, and blessings.